Genre: folktale. Compare texts. Read about how a young man found a clever way to make soup. Stone soup. One evening, a husband and wife heard a knock on the door. There was a young man. He had a pot and a stone. The young man said, "I am sorry to disturb you. May I please have some water? I am going to make stone soup." "You can't make soup from a stone," the wife exclaimed and shook her head. "I can. Would you like me to show you how?" the young man asked. He smiled slyly. The couple invited the young man inside. The wife put a pot of water over the fire. Next, the young man carefully put the stone in the water. Then he smelled the air and said, "Ah, stone soup smells so good." He tasted the soup and said, "Not bad, but an onion would make the soup better." The husband added an onion to the soup. The young man tasted the soup again. He said, "It's better, but a potato would improve the flavor." The wife chopped a potato. She added it to the soup. The young man tasted the soup again. He said, "The soup is good, but a carrot would make it perfect." The husband added a sliced carrot. Finally, the young man said the soup was just right. He poured the soup into 3 bowls. Everyone sat down to eat. "Delicious," the wife said. She looked amazed. "Delicious," the husband agreed. He also looked amazed. Who would have thought you could make soup from a stone? Make connections. What was the young man's idea for making soup? How is the character in Stone Soup similar to Jack in Jack and the Extreme Stalk? How is he different from Jack?
Focus on genre. Fairy tales. Fairy tales are stories with imaginary characters and setting. The tales usually take place in the past. Fairy tales are not realistic. Often they include talking animals and magical events. Read and find. Jack and the Extreme Stalk is one version of the fairy tale Jack and the Beanstalk. The author uses familiar details from the old fairy tale. Some of the details are a giant beanstalk and a hen that lays golden eggs. Your turn. Choose a traditional fairy tale that you know. With a partner, change the setting and the characters so they are more modern. Make a 2-column chart. In the first column, list the features of the traditional fairy tale. In the second column, list the ways you have changed them. Some features can be the same, and some features can be different. Share your new version with the class. Traditional fairy tale, modern fairy tale. Literature circles. Fiction. Think mark. Characters. Who are the main characters in Jack and the Extreme Stalk? Who are the main characters in Stone Soup? Sequence of events. What happened in Jack and the Extreme Stalk? What happened first, then, next, finally? Plot. What was Giant's problem? How did Jack solve the problem? How does the story end for Jack? How does it end for the giant? Author's purpose. What is the author's purpose for writing Jack and the Extreme Stalk? Make connections. What connections can you make to Jack and extreme stock.